Again today, I had a really amazing topic that we spoke about, and I have an extremely amazing guest. I actually had the luxury and the privilege of actually meeting him at personally at one of my Satori Live events. He's a really awesome guy. I actually couldn't believe it when actually getting to know him and actually getting to meet him. Super amazing, super jaw dropped by how cool he is. So I kind of wanted to invite him over here just to kind of get his perspective and his insight on certain things. So today we spoke about free will. And Danny, I would like you to introduce yourself, and I would like you to also tell me a little bit about your perspective on free will.
Hey, Junior, thanks for calling me in today, man. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah, my perspective on free will is much like was talked about yesterday. It's the ability to make our own decisions at will, and it's not a random thing. It's a precise. We choose how we act. We choose how we respond. We choose what we do with our time. We choose what we put in our body. So all of that is free will, and the fact that's our business, and that's either good or bad. I mean, we can choose free will for good, or we can choose free will to just stay in the same rut and the same habits that we've always had.
Okay. And you use a really important word, habits, right? So habits is something that we do whenever it's like the normal things, like when you wake up, you brush your teeth. That's like a habit, right?
Right.
But we also, I would assume, we have the free will to either brush our teeth or not, correct?
Correct.
And so let's just use that example. Let's just use the brushing of the teeth as an example of free will and habit. So how would you say free will would have something to do with just simply brushing your teeth?
Well, like I said before, it's the choice.
Right.
So you choose to start that pattern. I'll call it a pattern, because once you get into certain routines, daily routines of making that absolute decision, hey, I'm going to brush my teeth today. You do that over and over, day in, day out, just over and over and over. That develops a habit. And pretty soon, in my mind's eye, pretty soon it's not free will anymore. It's already programmed that that's what you're going to do.
Right. But you also have to initiate it by operating from free will, correct?
Correct.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And with free will, or habits, there also comes something called consequences, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So let me give you all an example, and then we'll wrap up. So an example of not operating with free will, or just operating with habits, right? Most kids, when they grow up, they don't want to brush their teeth, correct or incorrect?
No, that's correct.
Right? And if they continue with that habit of not wanting to brush their teeth, and they do not change that habit with free will, right? Because as an adult, you then make the decisions, and if you don't want to brush your teeth, you don't brush your teeth, right? Because you don't have parents, and mommy and daddy, correct?
Right.
And then if you then exercise that habit of, hey, I don't want to brush my teeth, and your teeth start falling out or your breath stink, then people are not really going to want to be around you. Correct or incorrect?
Yeah, that's very true.
All right. So with free will and habits, there's also something that comes into play, and it's called consequences. Each and every one of us should be aware of that. And just to wrap it up, I want each and every one of y'all to think about the consequences of your either habits or the things that you choose on doing. It's super important, because then it helps you determine on what you should be doing next with your time or with your life. All right, Danny, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your insight. I really appreciate it, man. You're a rock star. Any final words?
Just thanks for having me here. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Keep practicing free will. Make the right decisions for success, and that's all there is to do.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Danny.
Thanks, Junior.